Right now on Fios One News, the state's attorney general is taking credit for stopping 3D printed guns. The first blueprints, set to be released today online, were blocked by a federal judge after New Jersey and 7 other states sued. And a sand dune disappears after 40 years, and a Jersey Shore community now feels like they've been bulldozed by the state. Plus, Cranford residents are fighting a developer to block a huge new apartment complex. The two sides fight it out at a city planning meeting. The news starts right now.
Fios One News, Daytime Edition.
And good afternoon, I'm Brian Webb. Thank you for watching. We're going to get to your top stories coming right up. First, we want to check the forecast. Here's meteorologist Brittany Bohr with the latest. Kind of a soupy, yucky day out there, right, Brittany?
Brian, if we take a look at the satellite radar, we're seeing some of those showers starting to push off to the north and east, leaving us with patches of clouds and sun. That's going to be what we can expect for the rest of the afternoon today. Temperatures trending in the 70s and the 80s. We're seeing 85 degrees in Toms River right now, but look at these dew points. Very high in the mid to upper 70s, so that means there's a lot of moisture in the air. It's feeling oppressive to miserable out there on your exposed skin, especially if you're working outside. Stick with me, I'll have a full look at the forecast coming up.
Jersey's Attorney General is taking credit for stopping 3D printed plastic guns. On Tuesday, a federal judge blocked the release of blueprints on how to make them, set to be posted online today. Fios One's Jessica Orban joins us with the latest from Newark. Jessica.
Brian, the guns we're talking about have no serial numbers. They're made entirely of plastic, untraceable with a metal detector, fully functional, and can be made with the click of a button. Wednesday, in Newark, State Attorney General Gurbir Grewal announced the actions his office has taken to stop the codes and blueprints to make these guns from hitting the internet.
On Monday, as you know, we sued Texas-based Defense Distributed and its founder, Cody Wilson. We sued him right here in Superior Court in Newark, and we sued them to stop them from publishing codes online.
In addition to the New Jersey lawsuit, the Attorney General's office joined a lawsuit in Washington State against the federal government, who initially said these guns were a threat to national security, but then changed its position.
We allege that the federal government broke its own rules. We won in both of those cases. In New Jersey, Defense Distributed and Mr. Wilson backed down. He promised the court that he would not publish any new codes on his site until the motion was heard next month.
Wilson is banned from publishing any codes or blueprints for guns until September, when the next ruling will be made. Wilson shut down his website altogether on Tuesday. Attorney General Grewal says these measures are not looking to block anybody's First or Second Amendment rights, but instead make sure untraceable guns do not get in the hands of terrorists, felons, or juveniles.
We are not trying to stop anyone from speaking out or even speaking about making guns. We're trying to stop someone from giving out the codes that automatically make these guns via 3D printer. That's deadly conduct. It's not speech.
Attorney General Grewal says he's committed to this fight. The New Jersey lawsuit, against Defense Distributed and Cody Wilson will be in court again in September 13th in Newark. In Newark, Jessica Orban, Fios One News.
A former teacher in Essex County has been sentenced for sexually assaulting 2 teenage boys. Fios One's Arnold Godoy has the latest from Bloomfield.
That man will serve time in prison after being found guilty of sexually assaulting 2 teens between the ages of 15 and 17. Leo Donaldson was arrested back in 2016. According to the Essex County prosecutors, he engaged in different sexual situations with the 2 teens. The assaults are said to have happened at his home in Bloomfield and his former home in Jersey City. Donaldson used to be an architecture teacher and cross-country coach at Bloomfield High School. Folks in this community are reacting to the news today, saying it's concerning, especially having children of their own.
Well, as a parent, my daughter's 2, and we send our kids to school, for a safe environment, and that's just crazy. You just couldn't imagine these things happening to these young kids, and I wouldn't even know what to do.
Donaldson has been sentenced to 7 years in prison. He'll have to serve 85% of that sentence before being eligible for parole. We're in Bloomfield. Arnold Godoy, Fios One News.
Two teenagers accused of killing a delivery driver will be in court today. Prosecutors say 27-year-old Dervy Almani Moore was making a delivery on July 15th in Clifton when a small group tried to rob him. They say he was shot while trying to get away in his car, crashing into a tree. 18-year-old Andy DeJesus and Joel Nunez are now facing murder charges. We are still waiting on the toxicology report on a Hasbrook Heights man killed by police outside Dorney Park in Pennsylvania. Officials say Joseph Santos was acting erratically, damaging cars and interfering with traffic on Saturday before an officer confronted him. And when the 44-year-old man walked toward the officer, he was gunned down. Several groups are protesting, calling it another case of excessive force. The district attorney will have to decide if the shooting was justified. A popular Jersey Shore restaurant is biting back after a video is posted of a worm crawling on a piece of fish. Take a look. It happened at the Italian restaurant Stella Marina on the Asbury Park Boardwalk over the weekend. The video went viral. Here it is, showing a small parasitic type worm slithering its way out of a piece of cod. Now the restaurant owner is criticizing the customer who posted the video for trying to destroy its reputation and possibly livelihoods, quote unquote. The restaurant posted on its Facebook page, quote, "For the past 10 years, we've served thousands of customers without incident until this past weekend, and for that, we apologize. By the way, cod has been removed from the menu." Crews are trying to repair a gas line in Somerville right now. It's on Mechanic Street. Police tell us a contractor accidentally hit the line just after 9 this morning. We are told no one is being forced to evacuate at this time. Place your bets. A fourth Atlantic City casino is now offering sports betting starting today. Harrah's began taking sports bets at 11 this morning. That's 2 days after its sister property, Bally's, did the same. So far, the Borgata Ocean Resort and Bally's are offering sports bets in the state. That's along with 2 horse racing tracks, the Meadowlands and Monmouth Park. A sand dune protecting homes on Midway Beach in Berkeley Township for 40 years was there one day and gone the next, knocked down by the state. And residents feel like they've been bulldozed too. Here's FiOS 1's Mary Lynn Buckley.
Our dunes in Seaside Park were really good, and they really helped save our town.
Residents shocked to find out that part of their most trusted dune has been bulldozed after the government had promised it wouldn't be harmed in the ongoing beach replenishment project.
We take it very personally. This has been our baby for many years.
The dune, which has been maintained by residents for decades, was at the center of a lawsuit filed against the state last year. Residents sued the government in hopes of preventing the replenishment project, saying their dune was more than adequate at preventing storm damage.
It should be repaired and tried to be kept up as much as it could be.
But that lawsuit was eventually rejected after authorities stated in court that the dunes would not be affected. And the United States Army Corps of Engineers claims the only reason part of the dune was bulldozed was to allow heavy equipment to access the beach. And there may be damage, but it's temporary.
Well, it's upsetting. You know, we put a lot of hard work in to protect our property without any tax dollars.
And Cindy Cleva believes we need to be patient.
If they say it will be rebuilt, then it will be. And you know, you have to put their faith in what they're going to do.
The dune you see behind me has been in the works for 40 years, and after Hurricane Sandy, it was rebuilt. However, now many people are wondering if another storm were to hit our shore, would their homes be affected? And many worry with part of the dune knocked down that water could get in. In Berkeley Township, Mary Lynn Buckley, FiOS 1 News.
Residents of Cranford are trying to stop an apartment complex from being built. Coming up, the message they have for the developer and the city they plan to deliver tonight. That's next.
We're watching